Hey everybody, welcome back to the Little Piece of Heart Kitchen. It's me again, Kathleen Hart, and if you guys know me at all from any of my other videos, you know that I like flavorful food that not only tastes amazing, but is quick, simple, and easy, and kind of tricks people into thinking that you spent an hour in the kitchen when you only spent a couple minutes. This side dish is one of those recipes that just falls right into that category. I'm going to show you how to make today my oven roasted Italian broccoli. It's so amazing. The flavors are, super simple, stuff that you probably already have in your pantry already. And it's just, just a matter of putting them together and roasting them in the oven. Couldn't be any simpler. Let me take you over the ingredients. The star of the show, a couple cups of broccoli here, and I left it in pretty big pieces only because you'll see once we bake this in the oven, it's gonna shrink down a little bit. So it looks like a lot of broccoli, but it will shrink down. It'll be perfect. And I like to add mushrooms to my broccoli. These are some baby Bella mushrooms. I left them in whole pieces just as they were sliced in the grocery store. If they're really big and you want to break them in half, go right ahead. It's totally up to you. And you can also leave that out if you are not a fan of mushrooms, which Jason isn't. So I had to take my little pile of mushrooms and keep it off to the side on the baking sheet. It was sad, but don't worry. They all got into my stomach, so it all ended up good. But if you don't like mushrooms, you can leave them out. We have some cheese here, some Parmesan cheese in the back, and then underneath some whole milk mozzarella. For some spices, I have garlic powder, red pepper flake, onion powder, Italian seasoning, and some black pepper. I'm not going to add any additional salt to this until the very end if I think it needs it, because the Parmesan is very salty. So take that at the end if you think it needs more salt, that's fine. A little bit of olive oil and some butter. Love the butter, salted butter right here. So as if this couldn't get any simpler from these ingredients, it's about to get simpler. Take your baking tray, line it with some foil just for easy cleanup, dump the broccoli, and then you're gonna dump your mushrooms. And by the way, I have my oven preheating right now at 425. You wanna roast these babies. You want it like high temperature that is just gonna make them nice and golden brown and a little bit crispy on the outside. It's perfect. Okay. So some of these big pieces I am going to break up. There we go, as I go. Spread this out evenly. Now the cheese we're going to reserve for later. Same thing with the butter. For right now, all I need is my olive oil, which I'm going to drizzle right on top. Just a couple tablespoons. And then these spices. What I'm going to do is actually just use my fingers really quickly and just kind of get these all a little bit incorporated. And then I'm just going to sprinkle them right on top. And this is really what flavors this broccoli. And as always, guys, the red pepper flake is optional. If you're serving this to kids, you can just leave it out. I'm a red pepper fanatic. Red pepper flake, I should say. So I am using it. Okay, whoops. All right, all my spices are in. I'm just gonna go in with my clean hands and get the oil, spices, everything coated onto the broccoli and the mushrooms. All right, just like that. I mean, it does not take long. Any big pieces you can break up along the way. Form this into a single layer because we want this to roast. We don't want it to steam. So you want to have a sheet tray that's big enough to hold all these veggies on a single layer. All right, what I'm going to do is pop this into my oven at 425 for 15 minutes. I'm going to watch it because you don't want it to burn. Your oven might be a little bit stronger than mine. So you want to just make sure, keep an eye on it. After 15 minutes, I'll meet you right back here and I'll show you what to do next. Okay guys, 15 minutes later, this is what we're working with. I have my broccoli here and I'm just tossing it lightly with the spatula. It's nice and golden brown, our mushrooms, but see how I told you guys everything will kind of shrink? So what I want to do now is take my butter and I want to just add it in and I just want to kind of toss it with the broccoli right now. And I want to kind of evenly distribute it because this is actually going to go back in the oven in just a second. So I want the butter to kind of be just in the middle of everything. It doesn't have to be, it's not gonna melt right now. It's gonna once we put it back in the oven. Then I wanna kind of crowd everything in the middle of the pan now. Because now what we're gonna do is take our cheese mixture, just lightly toss that with our fingers, and then I just wanna sprinkle that right on top of all this. Just like that. Now this is going to be popped right back into the oven, still at 425, for another 5 minutes. That's gonna give the butter a chance to melt. It's also gonna give the cheese a chance to really melt all over those veggies, hence the Italian style. And as soon as 5 minutes is up, we're gonna plate this and I'm gonna show you how great it looks. The side dish is plated, guys. Come down and take a look. It looks phenomenal. Fresh veggies, super simple flavors, some low carb cheese. You can't go wrong, seriously. And I mean, if you don't like broccoli, make this. You'll like it. I'm going in for a bite with some cheese and some broccoli and definitely a mushroom or two. The thing I like best about this whole recipe is that it's so simple. And it's all stuff that's found in your pantry and a couple fresh veggies. This would literally go good alongside pretty much anything. You guys have to try this. And please, you know, you just need to do it. Click the link below, get the full recipe to my blog. I just can't stop. You know when you get addicted to foods? This is one of them. And I didn't add any additional salt, and you don't even need it. But by all means, if you need it, add some. But anyway, click the link below. It'll take you to my blog, and you can get the full recipe, all the ingredients, the nutritional information, including macros information. And please give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Subscribe to my channel. I will be cooking low-carb, healthy food for everybody to enjoy. Until next time, cheers to healthy eating, low-carb cooking. Have a good night. See you guys later.